Yes, I'm not an activist, I'm not a protester, I'm just a mum, and I'm here because I believe in the Just Stop Oil campaign, and I'm here because I think the government needs to get a grip. I think we're asking that the government stop all new licensing and investigations into oil and gas. Gas and oil are they're destroying our climate, they're destroying our planet, they're destroying our economy, it's fueling wars, and we need them to stop. And it shouldn't be us ordinary people that pay for it, it should be the oil companies and the super rich.
Do you think this is the right way to go about it? Some people have said that maybe today is the wrong time to be doing this. We've got, of course, the war in Ukraine. That's put a huge amount of pressure on oil supplies. You've also got the situation where the energy price cap has gone up a huge amount, hundreds of pounds of extra bills today. Is this the right day for this?
Actually, of course we don't want to cause disruption, or obviously the war is extremely important, but I think that's another reason that we're doing this. If we can reduce our dependence on Russian oil, on oil completely, if we can reduce our dependence on that and switch to renewables, then we won't be putting money into the war, and we'll be helping people. Actually, if we develop renewables, they're the cheapest, quickest, the simplest, the safest form of energy. Actually, it'd be cheaper for everyone. It'll bring the prices down if we just stopped oil.
Looking at things like renewable energy, actually, in places like in the east of England, for example, in Suffolk, there's been a lot of that people have not wanted things like wind farms and so forth. What do you say to people who object to those types of renewable energy?
I can see people's point, and I do understand. Visually, you can see a wind turbine. A lot of people don't like them, but I cannot say more strongly we need to just stop oil. If we don't stop oil, we're going to kill the planet. 3.5 billion people are at risk now from climate change. We need to just stop oil. And if that's wind turbines, then I think that's a much, much smaller price to pay than the end of civilization as we know it, and I'm not exaggerating. We need to stop oil now, or our children will have no future. And if that means wind turbines and solar panels, then so be it. But the price is a lot smaller than losing the planet that we live on.
I can hear you're getting emotional.
Sorry.
How are you actually feeling today? What are the emotions that are going through your mind?
I am so frightened, and I don't know how we're not all, it's like don't look up. I don't know how we're not all panicking. Our children might not get to live to 30. If there's climate breakdown, our children might not live to 30 because there won't be a habitable planet anymore, and people don't understand. We have to stop oil, or we're going to endanger the future of humankind. So David King, who was the chief scientific advisor to the government, said we need to stop oil now.
And Laura, just briefly tell me again what your plans are for the rest of the day, how long you are going to be here.
We're going to stay here until the government says that they will stop all new licensing and investigations into oil and gas. As soon as Boris Johnson signs that paper, we will move that instant. But otherwise, just normal people like us who don't want to be here, we will be here for as long as we can. Until Boris Johnson signs that agreement.
Well, thank you, Laura, for explaining what you're doing here today. It seems that they are going to be here potentially for a number of days. They say until the government de-invests, if you like, in fossil fuels.